Hello pilots and ground crew, welcome back to my channel. Well, I'm building myself a little toothpick slash micro drone. It is 2.5. Right, well you can see what it is. I don't have to tell you, the Tadpole. It's the Tadpole. It looks quite flashy, so I thought why not. You'll see more of that later. The motors I'm putting on it are the Zing 1404 motors, right? I've never used them before, can't tell you anything about them, so once I know more I will do a review about these, right? Because everything looks pretty good about them, but at the same time I don't want to just say these are great when I haven't flown with them. So after I've flown with them for a couple of weeks or so, then I'll give you my honest opinion, but I can't tell you now because I haven't used them yet, so I don't want to lie to you. The flight control board we're going to be using now, if you're a subscriber you'll know I had a problem with a beta FPV flight control board. You'd have seen the little video I had to make to get the thing retained, and it was the F4 toothpick, the version 3, the F4 toothpick version 3. I plugged the USB in and it blew. Right then pilots, I'm jumping in here. Different camera angle, I'm using my phone. Yeah, I'm jumping in here because I was about to tell you about that F4, that beta FPV F4 flight control board that blew up. If you're a subscriber you'll already know all about that, but I won't go near them because a lot of people have said they're going bang. Right, but I got myself two F722 all-in-one flight control boards. I put one in my toothpick build, which is still working great, and I saved the other one for the Tadpole. However, you know, the Tadpole never came with that mounting bracket. Already made a video about that. If you're a subscriber you'll know I've been waiting for it to turn up. Well, Armattan are really dragging their feet, and I got sick of waiting now. It's been what, a couple of weeks, so sick of waiting. So I got myself the 16x16 flywheel stack. Never had one of them before, a flywheel stack, but after doing what most people do, looking on YouTube and stuff and then reading about them, they seem like pretty good stacks. So I got one of them, but I'm waiting for it to come. So this will be another jump shot. For me it could be a week, for you it's going to be about 2 seconds, so things have got changed around again. Okay then, jump shot, back to the video with a different setup and a different way of doing things, and such is life, it's just one of them things. Okay then, back to the video. Okay then pilots, it's been about a week and got my new board in, and what I've gone for is the Flywoo 16x16 stack, 35 amp ESC, rated up to 6S. I haven't used this before so I can't say much about it, but if you look it up there's a few online videos. Well, there would be online, wouldn't there? But yeah, fuck me. If you look it up, there's a few videos about it, and it looks like a pretty good board. So yeah, so that's what I've got. That's what I've gone for in the end. Just to go inside. I started to put this together. I got bored, so I thought I'll just see how it looks. I was quite surprised. Now I know these things come with a lifetime guarantee. If you don't know that, all our Armattan frames come with a lifetime guarantee. If you break it, they'll replace it for nothing. You have to jump through a few hoops, take photographs, write messages out, send emails, all that sort of stuff, but the bottom line is they'll replace them for free. And like I say, so lifetime guarantee, because what surprised me was it feels very bendy. Now you want a little bit of give, but it does feel a bit flimsy, this actually. And for the price point I expected it to be a bit stronger. But it all depends on what type of carbon fibre they used. It looks good quality, but you see that's something else as well. The edges are chamfered, they're quite sharp, so it may look like good quality, but at the same time they haven't really spent a lot of time on it, but it's been out a long time, so maybe they're just not bothered anymore. But yeah, so I'm putting in the Ant Nano camera, the Vtx Ant Nano camera. I'm putting in some crossfire gear. I'm going to be using, sorry, I thought that, don't worry, that wasn't me. If you heard something, that's the water boiler just kicking in. Yeah, and the TBS Crossfire Nano 32, the tiny little receiver. When I put that in, I'll show you or tell you how to unlock it, because if you get one of them, they're locked in at 25 milliwatts, but yet they go up to, I believe is 400, and there's a software update coming out to take them up to 500 milliwatts. I'm not sure if that's happened yet, but I'll let you know. About this board though, what I did for my benefit, so I'll show you, just so you can get a rough idea. I copied out, I'll just zoom in so you can see. I copied out a rough idea of where I'm going to be putting everything. Right, so you can get a bit of a look at the board. You can see it's got everything you'd expect and a couple of extra little bits and pieces, but I'm not going to go through it all. Like I say, look it up yourself. But it's a case of like the Nano, right, because of the voltage and stuff like that, I'm going to be running that across here to a 5 volt, right, and your crossfire receiver, your TBS crossfire receiver just goes at this side, your camera just goes there. I mean, there's nothing complicated. That's why I did this little picture, well, for me to follow, and just thought I'd show you so you thingy. Okay then, right, let's get on with this build, and it'll be in jump shots because I want to get it finished with. It's dragged on for too long. Alright, so I'll just get a couple of bits in, come back and tell you what's what. But like I said, when I get to the Crossfire Nano 32 receiver VTX, I'll tell you how to unlock it if you're interested. Okay then, and I'm attempting to use the TBS Triumph Pro antenna, but as we all know, it's got quite a long cable, and when it comes, compare the box to the but well, let's just have a look, because my plan, you see, it's bigger than the bloody quad. My plan is, without kinking it, gonna try and fold this over like so and somehow get it in that way. Hope you can see that way. You can see that, but we'll see what happens. If not, we'll just have to go with a more standard size receiver for some of this small. Anyway, I've also got a bag of bits which we will come to right as we go along. Okay then, for jump shot, what I'm going to do first of all is just mount the flight control board and mount the motors, and then I'll come back to you. Okay then, jump shot. Okay then, right, we've got the 4 motors on, soldered up, and the flight control board in at this point, and connected up the ESC. This ESC, the power cable with the XT30, bloody ESC, that's under there. Yeah, this cable actually came with the flywheel board, so I thought, why not use it? Why not indeed? Yeah, so far everything's just basic, as you'd already know all this. Now I've stopped for one reason though, right? You notice how flabby them cables are at the back. I've left them. I always do this on small little builds, right, where you haven't got much room. Right, and the reason why is, once I've got everything else in, once I've got the VTX in and the camera in and the wiring for that and a buzzer in, once you've got everything in, it's going to be pretty tight under there. Then you get your lid on, then you go in onto Betaflight to set all your settings up. Now if something's wrong, alright, And these back wires here are cut exactly to size, and they're dead tight, and everything's tucked in, and there's not any room to get at anything. Right, so that's why in these tiny little builds I leave plenty of spare wires, so that if I need to get at something in the future, just take the top plate off, take the tape off, move these cables out the road, and you've got loads of working space. That's why I leave the cables on the back motors extra long. You won't, once they're wrapped up and everything, you won't even know they're there. Yeah, mate, but I just thought I'd mention that. It's just an idea, you don't have to do that. The front ones are fine, as you see. I just have the front ones as normal you would. Just cut them short enough to fit, and that's it. But the back ones I like to leave plenty of space. Okay then, right, I'm going to install the camera now and install the VTX, and I'll show you that when that's in. But so far there's nothing to tell you, it's all straightforward, and it's basically just as the normal soldering. So right, another jump shot. And welcome back, and it is now officially, this is the longest quad build I've ever done in the history of my quad builds. Since you just saw me, another month's gone by. We are now on to month 3. Month 3. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Not really with this, but a lot of personal stuff's happened, and it's took me ages to get back to this. And as of recording this right now, it's the 18th of December, and I'm hoping to get it done before the 25th, because I like to get out on the 25th of December, because for obvious reasons everybody's indoors, so I try and hit a couple of car parks or whatever on the 25th of December, because it's nice and quiet for me. But yeah, so another month's gone. So what have we done? Nothing since the last one. I put the camera in. Alright, no big deal. I'll just let you have a look here. It's the simplest one in the world. Right, it's just your 3 wires, your ground, right, your live, and your video feed. Right, that's it, and that's where you'd connect it, right at the front. Which, if I remember, I'll show you here. Wrong way around for you to see. But as the board's there, and as you look at it, oh, that's no good, is it? Let's try zooming out a bit. There you go. As the quad's facing that way, and you see where the camera is, and you'll see here, the board's facing this way, and you'll see where the camera's just going. Basically, you've got your ground, you got your volt. I can't get my words out. You got your ground, you got your 5 volts, and you've got your camera. Right, and it's just them 3 pads. That's it at that point. They're buzzers and stuff. We haven't got around to that yet. But no, so we're back here, and when I say back here, I haven't done anything. All I've done is I put the camera on at the end of that last bit. When I did the jump shot, I put the camera on. I ain't done that since. I had now but problems, things going on and stuff. So we've got there again with these sort of builds. They're quite simple, they're straightforward. All we've got now is the TBS crossfire receiver to put on, and wherever it is kicking about somewhere, the VTX, which I've got somewhere kicking about. I think it's in this box somewhere. Looks promising. Yeah, there's the VTX. And just in case you didn't know, well, these they're the TBS Crossfire Nano 32 Pros. The tiny little things they are, really tiny. You can see if I put my thumb under there. Well, you see I can hide it with my thumb. They are tiny. Right, but they come locked at 25 milliwatts, and you can unlock them to, if I remember rightly, it's either 400 or 500, or I think with the software update now, because I've had this 3 bloody months, I think it's even higher. But I will show you how to unlock them, right, when we get that put in. But yeah, so it's been a bad time. That's all I'll say. So we'll I'm going to start making this quicker now, right? Because I don't want to go through everything. So I'm just going to wire up this, the receiver, jump shot, come back, wire up the VTX, jump shot, come back, show you how to unlock it, get it to the bloody field. Alright, I was going to go through all the Betaflight settings and everything, but I've done that in other videos and so have other people. Alright, so if you've never ever done Betaflight setup, right, just leave us a comment and I'll send you a link to a really good video for your full Betaflight setup. I was going to go through all that and everything, but as I said, this has took me 3 months, this frigging Gecko, because of problems. I just want to get it in the air and fly the fucking thing. Excuse my French. So right, so I'll just show you one here again. Right, as we look at this, might be easier actually if I face that way. Right, might be easier for you to understand because this is all running the same way. Right, so for the receiver, right, the Crossfire Nano receiver that I've just dropped, the Crossfire Nano receiver. Right, you can see, well, that's where I've wired. That's where, ignore that. You can see at the back here where I've marked it. Hopefully, let me zoom out. This isn't helping you at all. There you go. You can see here where I've marked just Crossfire receiver. Right, and all you've got is your back pads here. Your first two, your ground and your voltage, and then you got your RX1 and your TX1, which from your receiver will go TX, will go to RX, and RX from the receiver will go to TX. But you already knew that because that's common knowledge now. Everybody knows you go from TX to RX and RX to TX. Everybody knows. But I'm going to jump in and say something to you. If for any reason your receiver is not working, right, you go onto Betaflight, you move your sticks and now it happens. Right, your little bars on Betaflight don't move, now it happens. That is the first thing I always check, that I've wired up the TX and the RX the right way. And I'll tell you, a few times, which is more than once or more than twice, it's because I've wired it the wrong way. I've gone RX to RX or TX to TX. I've made a mistake somewhere. And that is the most common reason, right, why when you click on your sticks, your receivers, your bars don't move in your receiver tab. It's not the only reason. There's a few other ones, but that's one of the most common. Right, that's the very first thing I check. But this is not a how-to. This is just to get on with it. So that's all I'm going to do next. Wire up them 4 wires. Right, from the receiver here. I'm going to tidy this up a bit. Solder them on. Get this, I'll probably just, there's enough room on there, put a little bit of double-sided tape, that'll just squash down on there, this will come out the back nicely, and then I'll get the VTX in there, so everything's looking good. So I'm going to do a jump shot, come back, and I'll show you that bit, but I've already shown you what I'm doing, so let's just do a jump shot right now. Alright then, quick change of plan. Alright, I'm going to install the VTX first so I can get it buried at the bottom. So as soon as I'm doing that, I'll have to show you, as I promised, how to unlock it. All I've done at this point is just wired up the ground and the 5 volts. Right, these wires aren't doing anything, just the ground and the 5 volts. Just so I can get, I'll just zoom out so you can see what I'm talking about here. I don't want to confuse, I want to keep this super simple. There, you get the gist there, look. I've just wired up a ground and a 5 volt to the quad, just so I can get power to the VTX, just so I can unlock it. And then after I've unlocked it, I'll shorten everything and get it buried inside. Okay, so that's all I'm doing, is just unlocking it. And I thought I'd show you through the procedure. Hopefully that's in focus. Pretty damn close if not. Right, because this is locked on 25, it's cold, right? But during the procedure it could get hot. So use somewhat, right? Use a piece of wood, use it, I'm using these tweezers because they're ceramic, and I've also got a bit of rubber on the end, which just helps hold them in place while I'm pressing the button, because you have to press the button to unlock them. Okay, but don't use like a screwdriver across the top, you can get a short. Right, so let's just plug a battery in and get it going. Oh, and before you start, always check your electrics. I've gone through it with a multimeter first of all, right, just so you don't get any bangs. Right, so I'll just plug a battery in. Right, just give that a second, make sure it's in focus, and I think it is. Okay then, now what you're going to do is you have to press the little button for about 3 seconds, and that blue light, really, I think it's the yellow one, will change the blue. What you'll see what I mean in a minute. 1, 2, 3. Right, where it's one blue light flashing, hope you can see that, one blue light flashing, if I remember rightly, that's your channel, to change channels. And if I press and hold that button again for 3 seconds, yeah, it's the top one, sorry, ignore the blue, it's the top one at the moment. That yellow one's flashing twice now, so now we're into band. Alright, now what you need to do is press and hold it, alright, for about 20 seconds. You'll see the blue light, it'll go off, it'll come on, it'll flash, and then when it comes on solid, alright, at the end, that's when you know you're in the unlock mode. So pressing the button again, and it's about 20 seconds. As you see, they've all gone off, that the blue lights come on, still holding. Alright, the blue light's gone off. Now waiting for, it's about 20 seconds, I reckon next time it comes on, because I'm not timing this. There you go, now we're in the unlock mode. And you see that the double flash, if I press it again, because that'll be in like the 25 milliwatts, so if I press it over for a couple of seconds, no, do it again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, no, we may have to go through it again, I may have missed it. Ah, there you go. See that yellow light flash 3 times then? Yeah, you see it flashing 3 times, the yellow light. That's the maximum the VTX will go to. Alright, can easily double check that by trying it again and see if it'll go to 4 flashing lights, but I believe the 3 flashing lights is the maximum. Another way of telling at this point, if you put your finger on, it's hot. It's hot now. Earlier it wasn't. At 25 milliwatts that one hot, so you know you're in high power. Oh, it's just set itself there. So let's just unplug for a second. It's just set itself at the max, because you've only got so much time to make adjustments before it sort of like turns off and holds that position. So I'll double check it before putting it all in, but that's what you do. Alright, you hold down your band button for about 3 seconds. Right, the yellow light, this is what I got wrong, the yellow light will flash once, which is your channels. You hold the button down for 3 seconds again, then it'll flash twice, which is your band. Hold down the button again for about 20 seconds, and as you saw that, I can't remember the route of it, the routine of it, but you watched it. The blue light goes off, the blue light comes on for so long that it goes off. Now when it comes on again, or you can just count to 25, right? When it comes on again, right, that's when you're in the unlock mode, and then you just press your button until that yellow light flashes 3 times, and then you're in the high power mode. And as I said, you'll know that if you don't use a tool and you just use your finger, that's still bloody hot. I'll just zoom out. There you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, if you don't use a tool on there and you just use your finger to hold it, you'll know, because you're starting at 25 milliwatts and that'll be cold, and you'll think, oh, and you're going through it, and then, oh, have I got it right, have I got it right? and then you'll know, because that gets hot. Right, now if I just plug this in again, I'm just gonna, you see that's coolish at the moment. I'm not worried about the channels because I'm wiring up smart audio, so I'll do that through either Betaflight or my transmitter. You know what smart audio is. If you don't know what smart, that's getting hot. If you don't know what smart audio is, look it up. You should know what smart audio is. Yeah, that's starting to get hot, so I know I'm definitely not on 25 anymore. Yeah, that's really really hot. So I know it's unlocked, right? Now it might not be at the maximum setting. I might have only got it to 200 and it goes up to like 400 or more, right? But I know the VTX is unlocked at this stage, so I don't have to bother go because it's getting hot basically. If it was still unlocked at 25, it wouldn't get hot. But I don't have to go through that routine again to get back to that power state and to hold down and make sure, because it's unlocked. As soon as I've wired up my smart audio, I can do it all in Betaflight or do it all in my goggles or with a transmitter or whatever, you get me? So I'm not worried about that. I'll just set it in Betaflight on the VTX section to the max. Okay, and then I know it's set and it's ready to go. Okay then, right, any questions about that? Right, because I kinda rushed through it, but it is pretty simple. I'm not going to recap, it is pretty simple. Okay, once it's unlocked, you can stop. You know it's unlocked because it gets hot. Do the rest in Betaflight. Okay then, right, I'm going to cut all these wires now, tidy all this up, put some heat shrink around, get it in the quad, get it buried at the bottom. And once that's in, then I come back, and I'm not even going to show you this. I'm going to do a complete jump shot to the end, so almost, because after that is in there, all I'm going to do with this is solder it on where I showed you. Right, run this antenna underneath the cables and have it sat there like that, and that's all I'm going to do with it. So it's nothing you need to see. You don't need to see me solder up 4 cables. Okay, I think that'll be the most important bit, unlocking the VTX, that people will be more interested in. So that's why I wanted to definitely cover that. If there's anything else, as I always say, leave me a comment. But let's just get these bits in, come back, have a look at it, see if we can get it ready for the 25th, so I can get out with it where it'll be quiet. Okay then, right, another jump shot. Bonus feature. Well, we're finished, and it's hard to believe it's it's a few more days later than that last little shot. A few things went wrong. It's now the 23rd of December, so 2 more days to go, and I'll be getting her out for a maiden because I can't get out until Christmas Day. I have obligations, but then I can get out Christmas Day. But no, it's finished. I've shortened these cables like I said I would from the beginning of the video. If you jump back 3 months, or for you about, I don't know, 12 minutes, whatever it is. But because I've done all my Betaflight settings, done all my VTX settings, set everything up so I know everything's fine. So I've shortened them cables now and made it look a lot neater. Didn't have to get back in there and run the antenna receiver, I should say, the antenna for the receiver, if you like, out the back, the crossfire receiver, the micro one, as you can see out the back. Now the Vtx antenna, I changed my mind. If you remember from months ago, or as I said not that long ago for you, at the beginning, I'd got one of these crossfire. You see, it's just that it was just going to be so big, because with the VTX being just down there, right, it was going to be twisted up so much, the cable, it'd have either knackered up the signal or it'd have just been too clumpy in there. So it was one of them things, so I'm not using it. So I've got a Triumph Pro with a bloody spare for what I don't know what I'll use for. I can't get my words out. I've got a Triumph Pro antenna which I don't know what I'm going to use for. There you go. So I've just gone with a little crossfire, what came with the antenna that came with the VTX, which is pretty damn. I should have just decided to stick with that in the first place, because it's pretty damn good antenna, because it's the same one I've got on me what do you call it, that little toothpick I made. But yeah, so there you go, it's finished. And like I said, I've done all my Betaflight settings, set everything up. I was going to go through all that, but I'm just a bit, you know what I mean, it's been over 3 months now. What one problem and another problem and things like that. I just wanted to get it done. As I said earlier though, if you're brand new and you need some information about Betaflight, just leave us a comment and I'll be happy to answer, or as I've done in the past, if you're brand new and you ain't got a clue, I'll be happy to take time with you, help you out, make a video for you or anything you like. Okay then, right then, so I'm not going to take this as in the test flight at the end of this, the maiden. So wait a couple more days, I'll get this posted, this video posted today, and or tomorrow, whichever, but wait a few more days and you will get, I said it was it's not the 23rd today, I'm getting my days mixed up. It's the 21st today, the 21st. I said it'd only been a couple of days because I started this when I came back on the 18th and now it's the 21st, yeah. Don't know why I said the 23rd. Anyway, I'll get this posted tomorrow, which will be the video, which will be the 22nd. And then you'll see the test flight. I'll get out on Christmas Day when it's nice and quiet, give it a maiden Christmas Day, and see how she rips. I'm off to a car park, underground car park Christmas Day, because obviously all closed up. Okay then, hope you enjoyed this very strange and complicated video. Really strange one. This is probably the worst video I've made for being complicated, because we started, we stopped, we started, we stopped, we changed our minds. I was having an all-in-one. Everything's gone a bit weird on this, so if it's come across weird, I apologise. It's just one of them things. I'll let you know, as I said earlier, I believe, because I'm going back 3 months now, about the motors, because I still haven't tried these. From what I've read though, they are pretty good motors, right? And let's be honest, they're Zing and they're good motors. So I'll do a little, I don't know, in a few months, I'll do like a and now video, and I'll let you know what I think about the motors and the flight control board and stuff like that. I've already mentioned the camera because it's the same camera and the VTX, same one I've got in me toothpick. But yeah, I'll let you know about the motors and the flight control board in sort of like a and now. Okay then, pilots and ground crew, I'm going to leave it there because this has been 3 months of hell actually. Okay then, thanks for watching. You'll see the maiden in, well, I'll be flying it Christmas Day. I don't know when I'll get it posted. Probably Boxing Day. Alright then, thanks for watching. Any questions, leave comments, and cheers.